We're joined by Bossier School Superintendent Scott Smith. Scott, I know you've had a busy morning. Just give us an update. I know you can't talk about specifics. Give us an update on Benton Elementary. You've been up there all morning meeting with the teachers, etc. After the arrest of a Bossier teacher on a video voyeurism charge. What have you been doing this morning with regard to easing the fears and then calming things down in that school?
Okay, well, I appreciate it. What we're doing, we've been meeting with the teachers in small groups and discussing with them, how we need to handle this situation. We do have a disaster management group that we called upon last night to come and assist with a situation like this, because obviously we're not used to this type of thing in Bossier Parish. It just doesn't happen here, but it's definitely a real situation, and we've been very, very proactive. The school system took measures to put the employee on immediate leave pending a full-scale investigation. It's obviously still being investigated by the Bossier Parish Sheriff's Department as well. We will be giving full support to the faculty, staff, and any parents who come to the school today to help ensure all questions are answered, and that we divert any particular situation to the right personnel, and we will have them available at the school all day, possibly for the next few days, and available to the entire school system as well.
Was it something that happened at school or allegedly happened at school, Scott?
It's allegedly happened at school, and my understanding is that the charge is video voyeurism at this time, but I know that there's an investigation still going on.
No background of this teacher that any kind of action like this ever before. I know y'all do tough backgrounds, right?
We have no knowledge. I know that there's probably still a background check and so forth going on, but we have no knowledge. This person has been a long-time employee of our school system, and never any incident reported that I'm aware of anything of this nature.
Scott, I'm going to change gears a minute because I got we're talking to Scott Smith, Superintendent of Schools in Bossier. I got an email message, and it kind of bothered me a little bit. It says that and it's from a teacher, and she says she speaks for a lot of teachers, that they were promised a $200 monthly stipend, a pending 100% attendance per month this year. They started on September 1st with it and were promised the check on October 31st. They're now claiming that the school board is meeting today to reduce the funding to twice a year or at the end of each 9 weeks, 4 times a year. And it says, we are highly upset. Explain what's going on. Is there a change? Will the dollars be decreased?
Well, let me give you a little background on it. Actually, it was a plan that was presented by myself back during the summer as a way to increase attendance for those at the school level only, who required a sub. This includes teachers, paraprofessionals, custodial staff, cafeteria staff, and so forth. Those who, when they're absent, then we can hire a sub in their place. The objective was to help make sure that we have a regular certified teacher in the classroom with these children on a daily basis as much as possible. Actually, the program was tremendously, we looked at the month of September, over the month of September last year, 2017-18, and there was a 35% reduction in absenteeism for our teachers this September versus last September.
Wow. So okay.
I was thinking, it even exceeded my expectations.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking maybe if we get 15%, then the 15% is great. We actually had the students in our parish had more than 500 days of their regular teachers in the classroom.
So are you gonna pay the teachers? That's their question.
Well, that's and it's $200 for professional personnel for perfect attendance for each month, and $100 for the support personnel. We did report at the last meeting that it looked like the projected figures were going to be much more than what was originally expected, and so the board asked us to look at possible other measures. They definitely did not want to do anything at the last board meeting, which I can understand. I think from the information that I've received that this is going to be tabled tonight and not discussed until a full board. I don't think we're going to have but maybe 7 or 8 board members there tonight. We'll have a quorum, but I think they want more of the board members in on the discussion to discuss it. But it does cost money, but it has been wildly successful, much more successful than was originally thought.
Would it be your proposal to find the money to honor this promise?
Well, we have, we want to do everything we can. Obviously we had to be judicious with our funds, and we were. It exceeded our expectations in 2 ways. One, in how successful it was, and the other in how expensive it was. But I'm hoping, and I know the board is too, that we can find the funds to do something to help ensure that we can continue a program like this. It's definitely been something that's really worked. But in the end, the board will make the decision. I sold it to the board. It was my idea, and I brought it to the board. The board supported it, but we also wanted to make sure that we kept a check on the funds.
Let me read you this.
It was just. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me read you this last line from this teacher, just so you're aware. Teachers are talking about putting in absences on the school digital absence program on Friday if this vote to reduce the attendance stipend passes. Your message to teachers who are thinking about calling in sick tomorrow?
Well, number one, I don't think that's going to be the most fruitful thing to do, because the school system administration, along with the Bossier Parish School Board, is highly supportive of our teachers. We want to do everything we can to help increase their pay, to give them stipends, to give them incentives as much as possible. I think we can get this worked out without that having to occur. I think that the discussion tonight, in my opinion, is probably going to be to table the measure, and not even discuss it. That's what it looks like to me. Of course, the board is in charge of that aspect of it, but I don't think that's going to be a fruitful thing, because we're already in their corner. We're looking for every way that we can to give our teachers and support employees the incentives that they need, and we're going to continue to do that.
Scott Smith, and Superintendent, I got it.
So let them just bear with us. We're behind our teachers. I want you to know that.
Scott Smith, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it, sir.
Okay.
Take care.
Thank you.